Good morning, students. This is our part 6 for the history chapter, The Making of Global World for class 10th. Earlier, students, we are talking about the Great Depression, how it was held, what was the reason of the Great Depression in the European nations, and now we are continuing it little more. That that how the condition of the Britain changed suddenly after the First World War and its effect. Then the withdrawal of US loans affected much of the rest of the world. We know that how the US played a significant role as a prosperous nation before the World War First, and in the middle of the World War First also it was having a very good economic background. But after the First World War, how it has changed its economy, how it has ruined financially, that we are come to knowing it. The withdrawal of US loans affected much of the rest of world, though in different ways. That how when the US just withdraw its loans policy, that how it has affected the rest of the nation in Europe. In Europe, it led to the failure of some major banks and the collapse of currency such as the British pound sterling. Now beta, that in Europe, when the US withdraw its loans, then first of all it was adversely affected, that all the banks who in the European area, they were collapsed, they were damaged totally, as even the British pound sterling, means the official currency of US also, you can say, come down, its value down very much. And in Latin America and elsewhere, it intensified the slump in agriculture and raw material prices. And in Latin America and the other European countries, the condition of you can say agricultural and the raw materials cut down very rapidly. The US attempt to protect its economy, although US tried a lot to maintain its and to protect its economy during the depression, and for that purpose they doubled the import duties, but it also having another severe negative impact on the world trade. Now, the US was also the industrial country most severely affected by the depression. With the fall in the prices and the prospect of a depression, US banks had also slashed domestic lending. Even the banks in US also cut down their domestic loan policy as they were having earlier and called back loans. And even they have called this trend to the back loans. Farm could not sell their harvest, households were ruined, and businesses collapsed. Now you can see that US is United States, we are talking about how prosperous it was before the World War First, and how it was significantly changed its economy, totally ruined. Then we are discussing it that its banks were just totally ruined, that they are not having the policy to continue the domestic loan policy, even they are changed into the back loans policy. Now the farmhouse and the farm could not having their harvest, there was no harvest at all. Now the households also come to an damage point, and the business all totally ruined, collapsed, damaged. Faced with falling incomes, now income were also fall down. Many households in the US could not repay what they had borrowed. Even the so many people who have taken the loans from the banks, they are not able to pay their loans at a proper time and within the fixed time, and were forced to give up their homes. Now you know that in a penalty they were forced that they have to give their homes to the government. Cars and other consumer durables, the consumerist prosperity of the 1920s now disappeared in a puff of dust. Now, as in up to the 1920, we were talking about the how technology and how the advancement has you can say helped to boom the economy of the European nation. Now up to the 1929, during the first World War and after the first World War, how the condition was changed, that after it, now all the prosperity in terms of economy has disappeared and it has changed into a dust of bowl. As unemployment soared, people trucked long distances looking for any work and they couldn't find. Ultimately, the US banking system itself collapsed, and finally the banking system of US had totally collapsed and damaged. Unable to recover investment, collect loans and repay depositor, thousands of banks were bankrupt. they were totally ruined and were forced to close, and now so many banks were closed in the US. The numbers are phenomenal. Now, and we cannot give you the exact number because they were numberless, they were unlimited. By 1933, over 4,000 banks had closed, and between 1929 and 1932, about, you are having the figures that so lakh companies had collapsed. Now you can say 110 lakh companies collapsed in US by the 1932. Now you can see that it is the power of time. That time is so powerful that we don't know what will happen in very few seconds, and what will happen with anybody after so many years. That's why we always thankful to God that although we are having so many blessings, we are having good economic or the you can say condition at present, but we don't know that what we will be having after some years. That's why we always remain our feet on the ground. That in history especially taught us, when we go through with the so many history chapters, then one thing we realize that not only learn the content or the answer of the questions or the dates, important dates in history or in any type of chapter, the one thing that you have to remember for your lifetime learning, that you should always thankful to God, and you should be very much aware the power of time. Nobody is powerful in this world, only the time is powerful. That any one can be the king of the world, and the same person can be a beggar at the same time. So remember that you should always thankful to the God. Now, by the 1935, a modest economic recovery was underway in most industrial countries, but the Great Depression's wider effects on the society, politics, and international relations and on people's minds proved more enduring. Although history had filled with the so many disaster and the wars, but the effect of the First World War in terms of the Great Depression, it was so significant that it was having very wider effects on the society, politics, and international relation in terms of trade in European countries. Now we are talking about that India and the Great Depression. Now we are connecting our own India with this Great Depression, that as we are talking about the other countries also affected, it was all about the trade and commerce. So how we can forget our own country? What was the condition of our country that time? That if we look at the impact of the depression on India, we realize how integrated a global economy and become by the early 20th century. The tremor of a crisis in one part of the world were quickly relayed to the other parts, affecting lives, economies, and societies worldwide. In the 19th century, as you have seen, colonial India had become an exporter of agriculture goods and importer of manufacturers. As we know that in the 19th century, when we are under the, you can say, slavery of British East India Company, then colonial India had become an exporter, as we became an exporter of agriculture goods and importer of manufacturers. Now the depression immediately affected Indian trade also. India's exports and imports nearly halved between 1928 to 1934. Now it has just cut down 50% from 1928 and 1934. And international prices crashed, prices in India also plunged. Between 1928 and 1934, wheat prices in India fell by 50%. That in India the wheat prices fell by 50%. Now you can see that how the pathetic condition in India also after the First World War, when we are talking about the effect of the Great Depression in India. Peasants and farmers suffered more than urban dwellers. Though agricultural prices fell sharply, the colonial government refused to reduce revenue demand. Now you can see that the condition is that in India, during the First World War and after its effects in the form of Great Depression, that there is 50% prices was fell down of wheat in India, and the peasants and farmers were not able to produce crops, they were not able to purchase them at a proper prices, but their revenue was not reduced by the British government. Peasants producing for the world market were the worst hit. and the peasants who were producing raw material and the crops for the world market. You can see India was a world exporter of agricultural product. It is our strength, but it is our irony that lacking of unity, we remain slaves for 200 years, and it will happen anytime. It can be happen if we will not united. Remember, now that the same Indian peasants who were producing for the world market, they were very poorly hit. Now consider the jute producers of Bengal. We can take the example that if we take an example of the jute producer of West Bengal, they grew raw jute that was processed in factory for export in the form of gunny bags. But as gunny bags collapsed, the price of raw jute crashed more than 60%. But now the irony, or you can say the challenge, was that now there is no market for the gunny bags which was made of jute, so it was also fall down by 60%. Peasants who borrowed in the hope of better times or to increase output in the hope of higher incomes faced ever lower prices and fell deeper and deeper into debt. Thus the Bengal jute grows lament. Now this is the reason then the Bengal growers who grow the jute as a raw material for gunny bag, they became so sad, and during that time they composed a beautiful poems. And what was the poem? I want to read for you children. Grow more jute, brother, with the hope of greater cash. Cost and debts of jute will make your hopes get dashed. When you have spent all your money and got the crop off the ground, traders sitting at home will pay only rates 5 amount. Now you can see that they have this wonderful poem described the pain behind the jute farmers or the growers, and they were saying that to each other. These growers were saying in the form of rhyme to each other that, dear brother, just having the hope that you have to produce more and more, grow more and more jute, so that you can having someday you will be having a greater cash, good cash for these producing jute. And cost and depths of jute will make your hopes and get dashed. But the cost of the jute are just going very negatively nowadays in our life, as jute prices are fell down. When you have spent all your money and got the crop off the ground, and even how they have written that, even we know that how these poor growers were producing jute, as they are spending their whole money to produce more and more crop of jute. Still they were having nothing, they were getting nothing, and traders sitting at home who are not doing anything, they were paying us, will pay only rates 5 amount. They are paying us very less amount of money. So in this way these jute growers of West Bengal were showing their pain and grief, and with the help of this poem. Now that across India peasants indebtedness increased. They used up their savings, motor tagged lands, and sold whatever jewelry and the precious metals they had to meet their expenses. Now, the condition was that in India, these small peasant and farmer, now they were not having any choice, as they were not having work. So they were compelled to just sell their jewelry, precious metals, or they are using their savings to survive in that condition. In these depression years, India became an exporter of precious metal, and those were the day when India became an exporter of precious metal, notably gold, because they were compelled. Now the gold was exported to the other countries from the India. The famous economist John Maynard Keynes thought that Indian gold exports promoted global economy recovery. They certainly helped speed up Britain's recovery, but did little for the Indian peasant. That's the irony. That's the irony that we all as an Indian have to understood that why our India was called a golden bird. What a wonderful history we were having once. That and lack of unity, we became slaves. So that when the Indian farmers were not having the work on the field, then they were compelled to sell their precious gold jewelry to survive the situation. And then John Maynard Keynes has given the statement that it was only the India that its gold helped the recovery of the Britain economically, and but the problem is that it had done very little to the Indian peasant. Rural India was thus seething with unrest when Mahatma Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement at the height of the depression in 1931. And it was a time when Mahatma Gandhi ji has come up with the idea of civil disobedience movement, and that time the depression, the economic depression was at its height. You can imagine that when we study that our Indian peasants, and we know that how the Indian peasant and farmer played a significant role in the Indian nationalism, whatever we have studied in the first chapter. So that at that time, when already they were suffering a lot from the economic depression, they were united within umbrella to fight against the Britishers. And the challenge is that these freedom fighters, very few students are having them as their role model. This is the irony. This is the irony and unfortunate that the young generation not finding the role model in all these freedom fighters to make our country proud in future. This is a great questions. And and you will not understand when you will not read the books. Who will told you the glory of India? Nobody. If you will read the books, not only this NCERT I'm talking about, so many books about, so that you can feel that how proud you will feel as an Indian. And to maintain this proud, you have to work hard to achieve something good with a good role model in your life. To earn money is very easy. Now, come to the point. The depression proved less grim for urban India. Because of falling prices, those with fixed income, estate town dwelling landowner who received rents in the middle class salaried employees now found themselves better off. Everything cost less. Industrial investment also grew as the government extended tariff protection to industry under the pressure of the nationalist opinion. Now, the pathetic condition, if we talk about the economic depression, is especially was so much adverse for the peasants and the farmer, the poor people, as far as the middle class who get the salary in terms of their job, and the other urban dwellers, businessmen, they were not affected so much by the Great Depression, and even they were enjoyed as the products prices were very less in the market. So for a long time, these business classes and the urban dwellers and the salaried and the working class was not so much adverse affected by the economic depression. Now we are talking about rebuilding a world economy, the post-war era. Earlier, student, we have talked about how the First World War started, and now we are talking about after the First World War, how the world's economy once again rebuilt, and once again it has transformed in a very progressive path. We are going to continue. The Second World War broke out a mere 2 decades after the end of the First World War. It was fought between, now the Second World War also started, and it was started after the only 2 decades of the First World War, and it was fought between the Axis power, Nazi Germany, Japan and Italy, and the Allies power, which are Britain, France, Soviet Union and the US. It was a war waged for 6 years on many fronts, in many places, over land, on sea and in the air. All the area, either on land, on sea or the air, all area, this Second World War was used. These routes were used by the Allies and the Axis power to win the war. Now, once again, death and destruction was enormous. As we know, what was the result of any big war? Once again, like the First World War, there was a huge loss of life and property. At least 60 million people, or about 30% of the world's 1939 population, are believed to have been killed directly or indirectly. As a result of the war, millions more were injured. So, very obvious. The result of war cannot be happy. Now, unlike in earlier wars, most of these deaths took place outside the battlefields. Many more civilians than soldiers died from the war-related causes. Vast parts of Europe and Asia were devastated, and several cities were destroyed by aerial bombardment or relentless artillery attacks. The war caused an immense amount of economic devastation and social disruption. Reconstruction promised to be long and difficult. Yes, so much of loss of life. Then how? Then we can see that the recovery is also challenging after the Second World War. Two crucial influences shaped post war reconstruction. The first was the US emergence as the dominant economic, political, and military power in the Western world. The second was the dominance of the Soviet Union. It had made huge sacrifices to defeat Nazi Germany and transformed itself from a backward agriculture country into a world power during the very years when the capitalist world was trapped in the Great Depression. So it was that how the Nazi Germany was faced defeat, and how the Soviet Union emerged as a powerful economically powerful nation after the Second World War. We will continue the further headings in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.